Hello, the purpose of this video is to show you how to embed different materials from Google Drive into Canvas. So first we'll start with a Google document. I'm going to go over to the Google document that I want embedded directly in my assignment in Canvas, and I'm going to go up to where it says File and then Publish to the Web. So I click Publish to the Web. I'm going to click the Publish button first and then confirm that I do want to do this process. Once I get down here, I don't want to take the link. This time I want to embed it. So I'm going to click on Embed and copy the material in here. You can push Command-C or Control-C in order to copy, or right-click and copy is fine too. Now I'm going to head back to my assignment description in Canvas, and I'm going to paste that material in here. Now normally with the link I can just paste it up in here. However, with the embedding code, I'm going to have to go over to where it says HTML editor. This can look a little scary at first, but if you just return below all of the other text up there and simply paste the HTML embed code in there, you're going to now have a live document that's available for students to view. When I switch back to the rich content editor, I get a little box like this one. This shows that my Google document is going to be appearing in a space about this size. That's usually too small for a Google document, so I can click on the box once, and then I can start dragging this and making it a little larger. You can see some numbers increasing on the right-hand side, and those are just the pixel sizes. Oftentimes about 800 is a good width for a document. If you don't want it to be a perfect square, this one is 800 by 800, you can click back in the HTML editor and then find where it says height, and you can change the height to something larger, maybe something like 1100. If you want the document to be the complete width of whatever it is that you're embedding, you can change this to 100%, and it'll just take the document width and it will give it whatever that is. So if it's a 5-inch wide document, it'll give you basically 5 inches because that's 100%. If it's an 8-inch wide document, it'll give you 8 inches because that's 100%. So when I switch back there, I can see that my little square is now quite a bit bigger, and it's actually the shape of a rectangle. So if I go ahead and push save, you'll see the difference between that and linking is that my document actually appears inside of Canvas as the Google document itself. So I can scroll through it and see the Google document here. Now anytime that I make a change on this Google document inside of Google Docs, it will appear in this area in Canvas for me. So I can continue to update the Google document from Google Docs, and my Canvas page will also change along with it because I'm technically just viewing this as a Google document. Again, this is the difference between embedding, which you see down here, and linking, which is if I click on this button, it takes me into a new tab. So depending on your purpose, embedding can be a very valuable tool. Now let's try this process with a Google Slideshow. So go up to File in your Google Slideshow, and then go down to where it says Publish to the Web, and then choose Embed, and then you can go ahead and push Publish. Once you push Publish, you'll push Confirm, and then your embed code will be placed underneath here. So I'm going to go ahead and copy that embed code and head back over to Canvas. And this is where I was for my Google document one. So now I'm going to go up and push Edit. And once I push Edit, I will see then my link from my previous Google document. I'll see my Google document here, and then I can go up to where it says HTML Editor. And then in an HTML editor, I'm just going to go ahead and edit and push return down below. And I'm going to paste my slideshow in here. And I can see that I have my height and my width in there. And I'm going to go ahead and switch back to my rich content editor. Now below my Google document, I now have a Google slideshow that's in here. Just like my Google document, I can go ahead and change the corners and make it smaller or larger if I need to. And then I'm going to go ahead and push save. When I push save now, I'll see my Google document first pop up, and I can slide down below that. And then once I get down below there, I see my slideshow. My slideshow is here, and then I still have some functional tools in here where I can push next. And I can make this a little bit larger by pushing full screen, and I'll have basically the full functionality of a Google slideshow, but directly within my Canvas page, which is really helpful. One of the things that's also valuable is that you can embed Google Forms directly within a Canvas assignment or a Canvas page. So let's look at how to do that. If you're on your Google form right now, you can go up to where it says Send, and then you have a couple of options in Send. You can send by email, link, or you have these little brackets here. Those little brackets represent HTML code. So go ahead and click on those brackets, and then you have that same HTML code that's there, and you can click on it and push copy. Otherwise, you can right-click here, push copy, or push Control-C. Your width is also available, and if you'd like to change that width here, you can do so. So let's say you wanted to change the width to 850, and you'd like the Google form to be a little longer, like 1,000, for example. Once you change that, it changes the code up here, and you'll have to recopy it, though. So there you go. Once that's copied, I'll head back over to my Canvas assignment, and I'm going to get rid of some of the things from my previous assignment here, and just show you what this looks like as a Google form. So instead of pasting that code directly in this area, just like all HTML code, I have to click on HTML Editor. I'll click over here, and then I'm going to go beneath each part and just paste it below. I can see the height and width that I changed is here, and then when I switch back over to Rich Content Editor, it looks like any other embedded item, and I can click on it if I want to and manually change the size and width by dragging these corners. And then I can go ahead and push Save. Once I push Save, that Google form will now be embedded into the assignment. It'll take just a moment for it to appear, and once it is, this is what it looks like. It's right in the middle of the page, and students can scroll through and actually click and take the form directly into here. Now again, the responses of this will still go back into the same place that they normally would for a Google form inside of a spreadsheet or in the responses section in Google Forms. The responses are not held in Canvas, but at least the front-facing part of it where students take the form can be in maybe a more organized place. The final document we'll look at embedding is a PDF from Google Drive. Normally when you look at a PDF in Google Drive, it can be a little confusing as to when you're actually looking at the PDF versus when you're looking at a preview of the PDF. So if I look at my Google Drive and I click on a PDF, and notice what happens is that it seems like I'm actually looking at this PDF file. But in truth, if I look up at my URL, I'm technically just looking at Google Drive and a search that I've done for a file type of PDF. I'm not actually looking at this PDF file. So in order to get the embed code for this PDF file, I have to go to the upper right-hand corner where you see those three dots. When you click those three dots, you can push Open in New Window. When I open in a new window, you'll notice the difference between this PDF and the one I was just looking at is that there's an icon up here that says Google Drive on the first one, and my URL doesn't actually show the URL address of the PDF. My next one has an actual PDF symbol up here, and it also shows the address of my Google Drive PDF. So this is the thing that I'm actually going to use to embed. Now if I click on those three dots in the upper right corner, I actually have an embed item option. If I'm looking at the preview version of it, when I click those three dots, I don't see that option. So if I don't see that option, I need to open it in a new window. So now that I'm looking at the actual PDF file, I'll click those three dots and push Embed Item. When I push those, I go ahead and have the option to copy, and then I can go and push OK. Now I'm going to head back to my Canvas assignment, push Edit, and then in my editor, just like all of the other ones, I don't want to paste the HTML directly in this section. I want to make sure that I paste it in the HTML editor section. So now I'm going to paste it between all these items, and I'll see that my PDF is up here. If it's not the size I want, I'll move it and stretch it out a little bit, which is something I can do. And I can also switch back if I'd like to in the HTML editor, and I can change the height. So again, if I want to put 100% on this one, I can do that and change that maybe to 1100, something similar to the size of an actual piece of paper. I'll scroll down and then push Save. Once I have it saved, the PDF will look like this inside my Canvas page. I can scroll through the entire PDF. I do have some functionality on the bottom of it, and that functionality helps me to zoom in on it if I need to, or zoom out. The other part that I have at the top of the PDF is that I do have the ability to pop it out if necessary. So if it's a longer PDF that I want to read, I can click this pop out button, and it will open it in a new tab for me, and I can read it from here. So hopefully that helps you figure out how best to put in some of the items you might have scanned and that you have sitting in Google Drive as PDFs.